everyone, Tiara here with Fae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in to another soap making adventure, and today's soap is super special. You guys know I like to save the best for last. I often try to. I was contacted a couple months ago by Keely over at Soy and Shea. She had formulated a soap dough recipe, and before she started to sell it, she wanted to get my opinion on it and have me test it out. Well, if you guys have been around, I don't often put soap dough in my hands because time is rare with an 8-month-old now, especially to sit down and whip up a particular separate recipe for soap dough, to sculpt individual little embeds for soap. And to be honest, I am not perfect at it. I am not the greatest artist when it comes to carving and sculpting things out of soap. I'm just going to put it out there, I'm not. So it takes a lot of inspiration to really, for me to find the patience to sit down and do this. But because Keely had asked, I couldn't say no, and I'm happy that I did. I made these little soap dough agate slices. I went on YouTube, I did a search for clay tutorials because oftentimes I can find inspiration there, and it'll often tell me how to go about sculpting. What they do in clay, I can do in soap dough. So I made these cute little agate slices. They turned out great. I loved Keely's soap dough recipe. If you are interested in trying it yourself, you can head over to her Patreon account. I believe there is still time. In June of 2021, she will have it only up on her Patreon account for June 2021. So go head over there and try it yourself. I mean, I am here to tell you that it works wonders, and I am super happy with how this soap turned out. I am going to attach them to another bar to make them bigger, and they're not specifically on a loaf of soap, so I did a little something differently. They are available on today's shop update, so if you're watching this, they are in the Etsy shop alongside the Sovereign Summer Ale soap. I did a mango cat. There's also the coconut and lime in the coconut popsicles and donut, and then I did a restock of Gardener Stone and Buttery Wizard's Brew. And if you aren't on Instagram and following me there, I have gotten into whipped sugar scrubs, and there's a handful of those on there as well. So go check out the Etsy shop. If there's anything you are interested in purchasing, go over to Keely's YouTube channel, see what she's done with soap dough, or go purchase her soap dough recipe and get to soap dough creating, because it's really good. I promise you guys that. So let's get started. Let's make some hot pink agate crystal soaps. That was the best name I could come up with. Let's get the soap making. Say, get it right, mama. Get it right. You're making me nervous, kid. It's like you're a superstar or something. I just can't do it. Say hello. Hi, baby. I see you. I see that baby over there. Did you just wake up? Oh, yeah. I'm back, and I have an 8-month-old Sebastian here to say hello. You know, he's just so distracted by everything in this room. Every single time I want to film. It's like he's never been in here before. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh, there he is, slacking. Falling asleep on the job. I want to thank you all for your love and support that you show me over here on my channel, and if you feel at any point during this video you want to hit that like button, go right ahead. And if you are new and haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and join me for more soap making adventures. Today is the shop update, so the shop link, as always, is in the description box. So go look at some soaps and let's go get soap making. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Mwah. Achoo. Achoo. It's not funny. Not funny today. Maybe later. started, I think I saved the best soap for last. I always try and do that, and I really am so excited about this soap because I'm putting a lot of work into it, and you'll see later what's going into it. All right, so goat milk into this recipe. I'm gonna add some rose clay to this now because it's all going to be the same color. And then I'm going to mix that in and add my lye water solution to these oils. Before I add my fragrance to my batter, I want to do something else first because I'm not making this into a loaf and I'm not adding any embeds to the top of it. This is going to take me a minute, and it's probably best that I do this now. Gosh, I'm still so congested. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even know if you can hear it, but I know I can hear myself. So what I'm going to do is take some Himalayan sea salt and pour it into the corners of this mold. And then I have some European spa salts that I'm going to put in there as well, kind of like on top of the Himalayan sea salts if I can. And then I'm going to slowly pour in my batter on top of this. So I saw this done with the Soap Challenge Club, and I just thought this was going to be the perfect design for the embeds that are going on top of this soap. So this bottom of this mold is going to be the actual top of the soap. And I'm not going to put those embeds on until after I remove these from their molds. If you buy this soap, keep in mind that salt is scratchy. It is kind of like a decorative thing, although, I mean, you're going to get some benefits out of using it. I just wouldn't put it directly on the skin. So if you're someone who takes soap and cleans themselves with like applying the bar to your actual skin, it is going to be scratchy. I prefer to use like a bath poof, so that's the more safer option to using this bar. It is just going to be very pretty, but might not be very practical. Alright, so I've got the Himalayan sea salts in there. Just kind of spread some of them around. I've always wondered how this worked because when you put salt in there, I always feel like if you do a bath bomb and you put salt on it, it like falls off, you know, it doesn't stay in there. But apparently putting the soap over top of it keeps everything in place. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. They look like little crystal formations or like the inside of a geode. Hopefully. Let me get this in. It's going to take me a moment. I'm actually going to make 2 batches of this as well, because I have a feeling it is going to be very, very popular, and I want to make sure I have a good amount available. Alright, fragrance is called Hot Pink Pomegranate. It is by Nature's Garden, and I had picked out this fragrance last year to do a Baltimore Hun themed soap, but the Hun Festival never happened because of COVID, and I wasn't inspired to just get it together, so it kind of sat on my shelf with no plans until now, because I made the embeds hot pink, and looking at the shelf of fragrances I have, I went, what can I use? And it just all came together. So this has notes of bright pomegranate, tart citrus, floral heart of jasmine and violet leaf, finished off with spicy ginger and a woody twig light base. I love how it's performing so far, because I'm going to need the most well-behaved batter I can get when pouring over top of the salt. So I'm thinking I might even need to pour it in a smaller cup so that I'm not making a mess and I can control what I'm doing here. So let me get some of this. Let me dirty another cup here. You know, I love doing dishes. The other day I dirtied so many dishes, I was just like a record. I need a soap fairy to come do, like a soap dish fairy to come do my soap dishes. All right, let's see if we just start in the middle and go up. I think that works, and nothing gets pushed out of place. It kind of holds it. And we'll just go about doing this until they're all filled. And then I'll leave them for 24 hours, and I'll bring you guys back when I unmold them. Hopefully they unmold nicely. I'm not a huge fan of this mold. Things tend to stick. But we'll see. This is also my new recipe, so I don't know if it's going to be better or worse. Only one way to find out. So these unmolded very nicely out of this mold, so happy with the recipe and how it works in this one. So this is the top of the soap. Love that color. Very pretty. Everything stayed in place. Turned out really cool. So there is something very special going on the top of this soap. It is not done. A little sticky. And I made some agate slices out of soap dough using a very special recipe that my friend Keely over at Soy and Shea. If you don't know who she is, you need to go check her out. She formulated a soap dough recipe and asked me if I would try it out. So I made some agate slices. So what I'm going to do, I'll show you one, is I'm going to get some melt and pour. I'm going to glue it to the front. Focus, focus. Glue it to the front with the melt and pour on the top of each one of these soaps, and then I'm going to fill it in with a little bit of melt and pour and a little bit more of the salt. And I'm thinking I'm going to use that white Dead Sea salt on there. So let's get these out and do that. So I've got them all lined up. I have my soap dough agate slices off to the side. I've got some clear melt and pour and some of that very fine sea salt. So I'm going to pour the melt and pour on here, attach this, pour a little bit in the middle, and sprinkle some of the salt. That's the plan. But I wanted to show you off to the side, I had some extra agate slices and they didn't belong to a bar, so I thought I would try doing some cupcakes with the same method with the sea salt inside. I didn't record it because, well, it didn't quite turn out as cool as these bars did, but there will be a few of these cupcakes in the Etsy shop as well. So let's see how this goes. pour a little bit on the bar of soap, stick on the soap dough agate slice, throw on a little bit of the melt and pour, and get a little bit of the sea salt, and just stick it on there. I like that. Got some running off to the side, but it'll be clear and I think it'll be fine. So this is what that'll look like, and I'll keep doing this and give you a close-up once I get some more done. But I wanted to talk about this soap dough recipe a little bit. I did record me playing with it and making these soap dough slices, agate slices. To be honest, 100% honest, I think her recipe is perfect. I wouldn't change a thing about it. Normally I'm really lazy when it comes to soap dough. I'll have leftover soap batter that I've let sit overnight that I'll attempt to use, or I'll mix up some of my soap icing since it has more hard oils in it, and I'll try using that. But it's always not, it's not the right consistency. It always turns out to be very sticky, and I have to use the cornstarch, and then it looks very dull and flaky. None of these problems with Keely's soap dough recipe. It was smooth. It did not stick to my surfaces. I could roll it out and had no problems with it sticking to the roller. I loved it. I would totally use it again if I ever feel so inclined and inspired to work with soap dough again. But honestly, I would probably do these type of agate slices maybe in different colors and different bars. I really love this design. I will leave a link to Keely's YouTube, her Soy and Shea YouTube channel, and any other links to the soap dough that she provides me if you're interested to go check that out. If you're a soap maker, I highly recommend it. It just was such a pleasure to work with. It really was. I would totally use it again. I don't know what else I would make, because again, I'm not that great, even though I'm proud as punch with how these turned out. Believe it or not, I think they look real. I really do. So I'm going to keep going with this. If you guys are interested in purchasing one of these, they will be available on today. Today is the shop update, so you can head over to the Etsy shop and grab one. Let me know what color you would like to see me make next, because I'm totally contemplating doing this again. These look so good. But I want to thank Keely for trusting me with her recipe and letting me try it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. You know you want to join me for more fun soap making adventures. Any questions or comments, leave them for me in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you have a very nice day, and I will smell you later.